Oh, it's already live. It's streamed just a few minutes early. Good morning. Excuse me. Okay. Hey, Amy. Okay. Let's start by chatting before we get into the things. Amy, who's here, and I went thrifting and antiquing, and I found the coolest. Good morning, Madonna. We were antiquing, and I found the coolest vintage needle book. Look at that. It says the Derby Needle Book, and it's Germany on there. And when you open it up, look how pretty it is inside. And it's double-sided. So I found that this yesterday while we were out and about. It's so pretty. So that is going my vintage record holder of needle books. um, and so while I have it out, I thought I'd show some. The Sewing Susan with different colors inside. So if you're looking for fun things to collect, these are great. You can find them at antique stores a lot of times. You can find them down in bins of stuff. Oops, the needles just fell on that guy. Hold on. Okay. But love the graphics on that one. Let me set them back in my things so they don't get messed up. This one's really cool. How cute is that one? And oh, the damaged part's inside here, so I can try and salvage it. And they always look so cute inside. Good morning, Jeannie. We were out antiquing yesterday, and I found a vintage needle book to add to my collection. So now I'm showing you my collection before we get started. So good morning. This one's fun. Love this one. How cute. Good morning, Bill. Amy and I were out antiquing yesterday, and I found a antique needle book to add to my collection. So I'm showing off my little collection before we get started. So yeah, it's a vintage 45 holder. And when I find little antique needle books, I put them in there. But that's the one I found yesterday. How good is that? So I'm going to put that one at the front. How cute is that? Okay, and then also I bought a vintage sewing box. I've since pitched the box. It smelled funny. It was just 80s ugly. But you always look inside those things because you never know what you're going to find. And this one had two cloth measuring tapes. Okay. So I haven't dated them yet. I haven't finished researching them. This one's just a double-sided true cloth. And so he's going to go in the display of my vintage sewing items. Okay. And he's just double-sided. He's just a true tailor's cloth measuring tape. Okay. So a tailor's tape. Love that, huh? The needle book was separate. The needle book was not in this vintage container. But in this one, I had 4 or 5 wooden spools, these 2 tapes, and a powder, a white Singer chalk powder in a vintage container. So that was kind of cool. So this one's neat because it's double-sided, but one side you've got your traditional measurements, right? And then on the other side, you have this constant going numerical. But when you get to the end of it, let's see, hold on here. It's printed. It's got all this information on it. And at the very end, it says Eastern States Farmers Exchange Incorporated, headquarters, West Springfield, Massachusetts, Form 1511A. This tape is a supplement to the booklet Growing Dairy Stock in the Eastern States Way, and ties in also with the emphasis the dairy feeding program is placing on growing better young stock which leads to more profitable dairying. The scale was compiled by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So, I don't know that this one is a tailor's tape, but it's really cool. So then on the top, now I'm just seeing this, pocket tape. Oh God. Pocket tape for estimating live weight of cow. I'm not kidding. Pocket tape for estimating live weight of cow. To estimate weight, okay, I can't read that. To estimate weight, place tape around the cow's body directly back of front legs or heart girth. Amy, I'm going to let you borrow this and you can measure the cow and see if this has worked. The tape reading will give you the estimated weight in pounds. So that's why the number on the other side. That's what that was. Okay. Handle tape with care. Do not stretch it nor let it get wet. Handle tape with care. Do not stretch it nor let it get wet. So then you start measuring it, and with the measurements correspond weights. Up to apparently, let's see, whoa, 1,975 pounds before it gives you the information. Okay, so there was our history lesson. This was super fun. Okay, before we get started, isn't that fun? So always check the vintage sewing containers when you are at the thrift stores and the quilt shops and the, or not quilt shops, antique shops. Okay, before we get started, if you haven't figured this out yet, you should have a little wallet icon on your screen. Click on the wallet icon and do local pickup if you're local, so you don't get charged shipping. If you do want to do pickup and it accidentally charges you shipping, let me know, send me a message, and I can refund it. Okay, so let me finish just rolling this up. I now have to take this home and show Andy. I thought I just got 2 tailor's tapes, but this is really special. This is fun. This might actually be like an eBay item or something. We'll see. I think I'll keep it because it's appropriate for our barn. We have a barn house, so this is going home to display at home. Okay, hold on one second. This is a lot of cow weight. Hold on. Okay, for what I have for you today is a bunch of it's loaded in auction style. I started the prices super reasonable. We cleaned out, we're just doing spring cleaning even though it's the end of summer. And so I have for you several laser cut kit patterns. I have a started EPP bin. I have a bunch of Moda bags that are like cute tote bags that were collected at QuiltCon and things like that. And I have some empty bolts. So let's just get started. Go ahead and, like I said, use the wallet to do local pickup if you're local. And up top, you can set the reminder for the next live, which is going to be Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. again. We're going to do some threads. If you are a long armor, we are going to do quilt tops that are digital samples that get sent to us by the company that did not get done up. And if you want, I can preview those at the end of today's live and some other good stuff. But let's get started with today. Like I said, these are laser cut kits. I have 3 of them before we get into the other stuff. This first one, super appropriate for coming into fall here. It's called Witch's Cupboard. And let me explain it to you and then we'll turn the bidding on, okay? Size 28 by 34, so this would be a cute wall hanging. And it is the reversible applique is already on fusible. So you see how it's all labeled, all the shapes. So you just fuse it to the back of the fabric you want to use, cut it out, and then follow the pattern and instructions on how to assemble it. I imagine there's also a pattern here on how to build your background like bookshelf looking thing before you get started. This is a laser cut kit, and this is originally, he retails, you can see there, $38.99. So we're going to start him at $15. He has never been opened. He is a great fun project, beautiful little wall hanging, perfect for fall coming in here. Go ahead and start bidding. It is live there on the screen. It is a great project for retreats. You can applique or you can stitch it really close, like quilt it really close, and you don't have to worry about the applique if you don't want to go around all of that. So that is Witch's Cupboard. Okay, he did not go. I'll set him to the side. Somebody wants to bid on him in a minute. If you are wondering why you can't bid, if you haven't done this and you haven't put a source of payment in, it will not let you bid probably. So consider that. Okay, here's the next one. Reginald Raccoon. Super, super cute. He does not have the fabric. You have to add your own fabric, but he's all pre-fused. He's easy to cut out because you're just cutting the shapes and you're just picking out your scrap fabrics. He was originally $33. He's brand new. These were ones that like I got at QuiltCon, and then I'm never going to get to, and I don't want the fusible to go bad or anything like that, so I'm passing these along. So we're going to start this guy. Like I said, he's the raccoon. We're going to start him at $12. He's very cute. His overall size is 40 by 20, so he's a wall hanging. You can use country fabrics or Tula fabrics, whatever you want on him. Just because he's pictured in Tula does not mean you have to use Tula. You can use Anna. You can use little animal fabrics. He's super cute. You can turn him into that fat raccoon with the squatty neck. What are they calling him? Jethro? No. What's the raccoon with the squatty neck? Nana Sam is winning this. 4 seconds. Anybody going to scoop Nana? No, Jimothy. Jimothy, thank you. I knew it was something like that. You could turn him into Jimothy. Okay, that digressed. I'm going to put your name on this one. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go get a different pen. Okay, yeah. Make him Jimothy. Did you see the Jimothy Open Art Festival? It was somewhere like in Oregon, of course. And all these people made Jimothy art. It was really cool. There's a Jimothy FPP quilt block already. If you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Just go to any social media, and type in Jimothy and you will see. Super cute. Okay, here's the next one. No fabric included. Add your own scraps. This is all just the designs. It is Christmas ornaments. Also a wall hanging. The size on this one is 25 by 20. Really cute. The pattern is in there. It's not like a one and done. You can do it again and again. You got one set of pre-fuse already in here, but then you have to, you could trace it on Steam a Seam or whatever and do it again and again once you have it. So let's go ahead and do him. He is Laser Cut Christmas. We're going to start him at 12. Like I said, he is 25 by 20. You just add a little bit of scraps for the trees and some fun scraps for the ornaments. You can fussy cut or do whatever you want with the pretty colors. And this really cute for in your sewing studio or gifting or hanging somewhere in your home. Okay. After this, we will go on to some other things. Yeah, Timothy is super fun. What else is going on here? Hi. Okay, so that one ended. Setting him to the side. If you're not aware, we are doing Dog Days of Summer tomorrow at the store. I'm sure most of you that are on this are following us pretty regularly. But Dog Days of Summer is tomorrow. We have all kinds of things, including the coffee truck set up outside. We have just fun things. Tattoos. My tattoo artist, Artful Alex, she's going to be in the classroom doing flash tattoos. We published the flash. Several spots have already been reserved, so that's fun. Okay, we have 2 empty Tula Pink bolts this week. No Ruby Star, just Tula Pink. We're going to do them consecutively, do one and then the other. We're going to start it at $1. It is an empty Tula Pink bolt, perfect for getting her to autograph. It is live. Go ahead and bid. Wonderful way to decorate your studio, put extra yardage on him, use him as a cross shelf in your stash. So Tula Pink bolt. Anybody want? Okay. 4, 3, 2. Gonna set him to the side. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, this is okay. Moda bucket totes. These are, hold on. Nope. Clicked on the wrong one. Okay. Starting this, they are 2 bucket totes from Moda. You get a big one. These are perfect for in your stash. They are Christmas. You get a Christmas tree with a star and it says Merry Moda. And then this one is a cute small one. Nothing inherently sewing related about it, but super fun. You could use him for gifting. It says Moda on the side. These were samples for things we could carry in store, but it's not something we're going to carry. But they are super cute and could be fun in somebody's studio. Again, that one says Merry Moda. Nana Sam won it. Good job. I'm going to put your laser cut kit in that guy. Okay. This is another cute Moda bag. Look at this. He's big, okay? This is a big Moda tote. He's a double one. So, like, if you need a short or if you want a long. And he's big. So, like, you could put a whole quilt in him. And it says Moda on one side. And it says Make on the other. I mean, it's big. And he is like a vintage kind of rose pattern. Look at that. He's a canvas weight. Okay, I'm going to start him at $2. He's great for hauling stuff to quilt retreats. He's great for taking your quilt to get long-armed or pick up from the... He's great for shopping for sales. If you buy a lot, that is the Moda Make bag. Make on one side, Moda on the other. Kind of a canvas weight with that vintage rose pattern on it. Amy's bidding on that one. Amy, you won that one. Okay, Amy. Hold it up and put your name on it. Okay. This next tote, let's see how I set up the auction on this one. Okay, we're going to do them consecutively. They're $1 each. I have 2 of them. These are not a heavy weight tote, but they are really fun, okay? So it is like a crossbody bag. It's like a crossbody Moda bag or just over the shoulder. And of course it says Moda on one side, Moda Fabrics. But how cute is this? Hello, my name is, and I'm a fabric-aholic. Okay, so I have 2 of these. We're going to run separate auctions. We're going to do the first one. Start it at $1, and then we'll run the second one. Like I said, they're big enough to be a crossbody bag. They are kind of like a gauzy material. That's sturdy. It's a nice big thing, so it is going to support you. Yeah, great for retreats. Super fun to like gift something to a friend in because, I mean, how cute is that? You could hand stitch their name on there. You could applique their name on there. You could just use a marker. Okay, Madonna won that one, and we're going to run One more, okay, since I have two. So I'm putting Madonna's name on this one, and then you can bid on the second one. Patchwork Deb is going for that one. Putting Madonna's name on this one. Anybody want the second one? Super fun for retreats or gift giving. We are coming into quilt retreat season. Hello, my name is, and I'm a fabricaholic. Super cute. It says Moda on the back. Okay, Patchwork Deb won that one. I'm going to write your name on that. Okay, we have another one here. This one's kind of cute. Different. Hold on, feels like there's something inside. There is something inside, and I'm going to leave it in. Embroidery floss in a blue in the bag. And the bag says, I'm having a hard time reading that. I dream of Moda. That's hard to read. I dream of Moda. And then on the back it says Moda Fabrics, and then has several constellations. Okay, and the constellations are, oh look, you can see them there. Scissors, thimble, what is that, an iron down there? Needle, sewing machine. Okay, so we're going to run him. We're going to start him at $1. He does include a blue thing of embroidery floss in him for some reason. Super cute. Moda tote with stars on it. I dream of Moda on one side, cute little constellations on the other. I'm just going to, I realize this now. I would cut this out and put those constellations on the back of a jean jacket or something like that. I mean, that's cute. Or use that as a wall hanging in your studio. There's nothing that says you have to keep this as a tote bag. Cut it apart and use that as a panel and then put stars all around it. So nobody got that? Okay, well, guess what I'm doing with it? I'm going to cut it apart and I'm going to make stars to go around it, and I'm going to make a wall hanging for my studio out of that one. Okay, one last little thing here. Well, maybe we'll do some scrap bags if you guys want to do scrap bags. We'll see. Do you guys like scrap bags? I think that's right. Why you are here is really for the scrap bags. Okay, this one is a fun little grab bag. I'm going to go through the grab bag and then we'll run it. You are getting a Tula Pink 2.5-inch ruler, acrylic ruler, very nice. Don't know what those retail for, but I mean, decent, right? You are getting the contents of at least 2, possibly 3 mini charms, all Tula Pink, Free Spirit. Some of them are pre-basted on white squares for EPP. And I quickly decided I don't like basting squares. I'll baste hexes, I'll baste diamonds, I'll baste pretty much anything but squares. So I abandoned that project like that. So that is somebody else's project. It would make a really cute around the world. That's what the squares are supposed to do. But of course you can unbase those and then put them on anything, use it for anything. Cute, cute, cute. Yeah, you could make a patchwork quilt for like a doll bed or something small. You can unbase those, mix them in with the pile, and do something else. Anybody else? Angela Brown's winning that one. Sarah would like that. She could use that. Do we have sewing kits for projects? We have tons of kits in the store. This is our D-stash page for my studio. Angela, I'm putting your name on that one. This is our D-stash page for the store and my studio and things like that. Our website, sewingboxquiltshop.com, does free shipping on orders over 150 and has tons of exclusive quilt kits and all of the newest and greatest fabric. Moda, Anna Maria Textiles, Andover. All of the color compass just arrived from Andover. It's gorgeous. So tons on our regular website. this is just our D-Stash page. So please join us there if you want that stuff. Also, we do a regular Wednesday live on Facebook. Kits, okay, I will tell you about Rhapsody in 2 seconds. Yes, they're here. We do regular Wednesday lives every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and we show you what's in the store, new kits we put together, things like that. Rhapsody arrived last week. All 12 of the boxes had scuffed marks. 2 were like really damaged, but none of them were nice enough that we wanted to pass them along to our customers. So I called up Northcott and I said, nope, give us better boxes, do a better job. So we sent them back and they sent us back to us. So they literally just arrived. They were much, 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 much better packaged the second time. And none of them look scuffed up or anything like that. They're gorgeous. And so I think today that is what Ellie's going to be doing, is fulfilling Rhapsody. So expect to hear about that soon. Okay, and I saw you have lessons, an hour in PA. I'm in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we have a lot of people who come down from Pittsburgh for our classes. I know several people are coming down from Pittsburgh for our November 7th class with Cindy Grisdelda. She's a national educator, guys. She is teaching at Road to California in 2027, and we're bringing her to our store. So we do some big names here. We have Quilting Alyssa, of course. And if you're wondering, you can literally pencil in on your calendar last weekend of June 2027, Quilting Alyssa will be here. I don't know if we're doing coats. I don't know if we're doing shoes. I don't know if we're doing a quilt or a bag. I know Quilting Alyssa's coming. I've reserved her, and that's good. So if you really want to make sure you're with her, go ahead and pencil that date into your calendar. We'll release stuff when we get it figured out. Do we want to do a couple scrap bags before we get going? They also have we have a great bed and breakfast in town, several bed and breakfasts, several other hotels nearby, and we have RV parking here at the store. So like we have a private retreat coming up, and several of us are sleeping in the RVs. So, any color choices for scrap bags today, guys? Anybody? Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to move the camera a bit so that you can see. So I have a lot more room, and we are going to preview the big quilts that we are going to sell next week. This is part of my studio. There used to be a long arm right there. Sad. And I have the table that normally sits in the middle of the rug pulled over to the side, so we had a pretty backdrop for our live. Okay, so we get a ton of digital samples, and if we choose not to kit up that kit, Anna Maria Scraps, yeah, we can do that. If we choose not to kit the kit, we get left with the digital sample. I can't list these online and sell these in our regular inventory, but we can do them in a D-Stash in the live. So some of these are so big, like this one is, you'll understand why we didn't kit it up. That being said, this one in particular, if you have a grandkid or somebody you know having a birthday party, this would make a great backdrop, even if you don't quilt it up. Literally just hang it on the wall like a giant, what do you call those? Like a giant display panel, like, oh, look how big it is. It's huge. Of course we're not quilting this thing up. And of course we're not kitting it up. It is a giant, I don't know if you can see, it's a giant carousel. It's a ginormous carousel. So, we never kitted him up. He needs to go. We're never going to get to him. Tapestry, thank you. That word was not going to show up. Tapestry. So, if you like circuses, or if you know somebody having a circus-themed birthday, that would be a lot of fun. So, tapestry sale will be coming. Okay. This one, we sold out of these kits in just a few days, so there was no point in quilting up the sample. But if you own a long arm, or you do long arm certification here, this would be a great one to put in your stash. So there's Coca-Cola Santa with the gifts. Of course, you need to add your backing, and you need to get batting, but we sell all of that, of course, at our store. they called them flimsies. Yeah, these are quilt flimsies. And we're just, not allowed to put them in regular inventory and sell them. Madonna, this one's for you. Quilts of Valor, right? Does it have to be a piece quilt, or can you quilt up a quilt flimsy for Quilt of Valor? Oh my God, he's big. I mean, so these are huge. We sold out of those kits. There was no need to quilt up the sample. It's going to be fun to clean up later, guys. Art Gallery is good for giving us ones that we're just never going to use. Rhapsody, here we go. Here's Rhapsody. Anybody don't want a piece Rhapsody? We have a digital flimsy. We had the actual Rhapsody kit hanging in our store that Anna made. So why would we quilt up the digital flimsy? So, huge. These make great, quilts that you then don't care if they get used. Throw them in the car. Throw them on the bed. Let your dogs get on them. This is this gorgeous Art Gallery line. It's huge. We didn't kit this up. Almost thought about saving this. I'm never going to get to it, guys. There's going to be 10 more for me to choose from by the time I get to it. He's a giant star. Look at that. How fun is that? But it's just a flimsy. And he's Christmas fabric. So he's that Art Gallery line. That new Art Gallery Christmas. Super fun. But huge, okay? I better be ready for this sale. Yep. Yeah, it's not gonna be a cheap sale. We're gonna do them all auction style. I'm not gonna set these guys up for anything. We're just gonna do them auction style. I'll probably set minimums on them. Some of these we did have to buy. Some of these we don't. This one's another Art Gallery. He's huge. This one corresponds to a free pattern on our website. 2 more. We're getting there, guys. So, this is going to be a good sale. Halloween and Christmas, it looks like. Hold on. These have pins in them. Yeah. So, Samantha, these are perfect if you want to long arm something and you want to come in and we have it mounted on the long arm and you just come in and quilt. And I can't even do these on the Facebook Live because I don't want to get into trouble selling the flimsies. That is why this is a de-stash. It is as if we are selling this out of my own personal stash, okay? We are not selling these through store inventory. And here's Christmas. Hold on. Christmas, Barnyard Christmas. Barnyard Christmas. So, this is going to be a huge, huge sale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to probably measure all of these ahead of time. 5, 6, 7, 8 digital samples. Yep. 8 digital samples to quilt up. Since I'm never going to get to that, I'll show you. I have another stash of not even digital samples, but 2 quilt projects. So this is where we're passing these along. So that is going to be, I think we're going to do that this coming Tuesday morning. I have a little bit of thread, but let's focus on that. Okay, we'll do 1 scrap bag. And we'll do it out of just my good bin. So this is going to be not a color specific. This is like my pretty scrap bin that's up on my cutting table. So this is some of the most recent stuff I've been working with. There's a bit of a glare. Let me get you a bag to pack this into. Okay. And let me get you a listing for a scrap bag. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to pack it and then we will auction it. It is a small scrap bag. Let's see what we're going to get. Big cut of Anna backing, but that's plenty big enough to do 2.5 inches for hexagons, or I mean, who knows, whatever. Diamonds, Anna diamonds. This is inadvertently going to be mostly Anna anyway. Ooh, pretty pink roses. That is Anna. Oh, my favorite, the purple horses. That's a good one. Okay, so this is, just so you know what's going into your bag, this is bias for doing stems. Okay, so for the applique stems, as I was doing on that Kim McLean, that's extra bias. So it is already cut on the bias. Be careful. Big chunk of the diamonds. So good for fussy cutting. Pegasus. Oh, that is William Morris Cafe. There's a little bit more Cafe there. So, oh, here we go. One of my favorite Annas. That's the one I did for my One Block Wonder. Have I ever shown you my One Block Wonder? I'll show you that next here. It's hanging right to my side. More of that guy. He's almost full. Let's give you a big piece of Cafe. And then some Moda. Oh, nice big strip of Moda. Okay, so there you go. Starting the auction on that scrap bag. Go ahead. He has a lot of fabric in him. Purple horses. I'm still trying to figure out. I love the purple horses are my favorite. They are on the back of my early quilt of hers that I kept. There's your scrap bag. Okay. And then I'll show you my One Block Wonder, but then we're going to get going because I have a lot to do at work today. Also, here's purple horses. They're right next to me. Purple horses on the back. So it was the center of this star quilt where's the purple horses. So then, of course, I put it on the back. So that was all Anna. Loved that one. Okay, so this is a One Block Wonder. I took a retreat on this, and I did this out of that fabric from Anna. Hold on, I have it upside down. Isn't that fun? So that is where you cut the same exact yard of fabric on itself like 6 times and then put the 6 identical pieces together to form the kaleidoscope effect. Super fun. So that was that, and that scrap fabric was in there. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. It was a good show today. Thanks for joining me. Set the bookmark before we turn off in your upper corner. Turn on the bookmark for Tuesday's show so you know about all of those quilt tops that are being destashed. And remember, even if you don't have a long arm and you really liked one of those for gifting, there's nothing that says you can't then pay to have it long arm. I'm not getting to it in my stash. So we are going to be doing that. We're going to do a little bit more thread. And yeah, mostly that because that's a lot. So join us Tuesday morning, turn on the notifications for that, and hopefully we'll see a lot of you in store tomorrow for Dog Days of Summer. Regular store hours, 10 to 3. The Corner Cup coffee shop will be set up there in their trailer right outside, and then lots of other activities and vendors too. So see you guys soon, and have a great weekend.